This is the month of February. This is for Pisces, moon, sun, or rising sign. Let's see what do we have in store for you guys. Let's make this snappy. You know, this is a time for you guys to, know about what's going on for the month. Know what to expect. Have an idea of this kind of understanding of what needs to be done and how to go about it. And just see, how can you improve. Nothing is set in stone. So you can take this information, what you will with it, and just go from there. So if you haven't already done so, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. This is specifically for Pisces, sun, moon, or rising signs. Okay, let's see. Let's get started. Ooh, a card already popped out. Ooh, I had like 4 cards that popped out. Okay. Woo! A lot of you Pisces are being very influenced by other people and their surroundings. There's a lot of things going on with you and a connection with someone else. They are having this kind of power over you that isn't very healthy. The reason I say that is here we have the devil. And the devil here is, somebody that has this possessive nature over you. This is not very good for you. This is a toxic kind of situation. But some reason you're being clouded by judgment of thinking that you're in love with them, that you have this strong connection, and it can be very stressful. You might not ideally realize it now because it shows here you're literally on cloud 9, 9 of cups. You have this emotional connection with them that you feel so excited. You feel like they, really want the best for you. But sometimes they're manipulating you and being, making sure having these two cards together, being sure that you are with the right person or surrounded with the right people, and making sure just because they do nice things for you now doesn't mean that they have your best interests. Maybe they're doing it for their own self-calling and reasons and whatever beyond what I know. Just specifically here, it's just not good. From what I'm seeing automatically, it's like you have ties to them, you're in love with them, and this is for those of you who doesn't necessarily have to be that you're in a relationship, but it could be for those who are dealing with people who don't necessarily want a relationship with you, that they continue using this back and forth. It's kind of like that fuckboy energy kind of energy that comes around, and it's just like they don't necessarily want something serious, but what are you going to do about it? Are you going to continue playing this game with them or what? Because maybe you need to realize, seeing if this love is really lust, and that, maybe it's not the best for you. Because ideally, I don't see it is. Here, ultimately, on top of that, here we have is the Tower. And the Tower here is asking, it's not even asking, it's demanding. There's change. Change needs to be done. Change is going to happen. And it's like, do you want to get smacked in the face by this kind of thing that you had an idea that was coming, or you want to address it? Now, on the other hand, though, there are a lot of you that are working on yourself. A lot of Pisces. Right here we have the Two of Pentacles, and this is basically just the beginning of your projects and your work life and kind of building that foundation. It's a new beginning, and it doesn't ideally mean that you have everything that you want. You don't have all the riches, but it's a start. Putting that $20 in the bank account, putting that $50 a week in the bank account, something small. It doesn't matter how much. It's going to eventually, gradually, add up at the end of the day and really bring you to a type of happiness. But there are other Pisces, that you have 4 of Cups here, and it's like you are reaching for something that you feel like you are not necessarily happy with what's being handed to you and given to you. There are things that are right in front of you that you aren't necessarily being mindful of. It's feeling like you have to constantly keep looking and looking and looking for these answers. Stop searching for the answer. You already know it. It's right in front of you. You're ignoring your intuition. Listen to your intuition because it's screaming at you, and you're like, yeah, I got all these red flags, but I'm going to keep ignoring them because it's not giving me the answer that I need. No, hello. We have the devil here. You have the 9 of Cups, but you're being clouded by this kind of emotional torment. You're not really paying attention to your needs. Now, on the other hand, though, we do have a lot of other Pisces that are basically on a road of just ambition and just kind of, you're not really catering to anybody's needs. That's a good thing. But on the other hand here, I'm seeing that you guys are on, a lot of you are driven and focused, and I am very excited for that. You know, a lot of you are going to be really benefited from this kind of energy, because here, along with that, you know, it's going to take time, it's going to take work with the Nine of Wands, but you are on the move. You are going after what you want. You are doing, you are putting in the work, and that's it. No one has to tell you what to do. It shows that you guys got this. It shows that you have this power. It shows that you guys are also excited about this change, and you are really looking forward to reaping the rewards and the benefits. Now, on the other hand, here is we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is letting you know to pay attention. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signals. Are there warning signs to let you know that you need to change direction? You need to go in another, you know, this is somebody that is very knowing and very trusting of their own abilities. You have this power that you can adapt to any kind of circumstance and surroundings, but for the High Priestess, she's asking you to, like, hey, listen up. I'm telling you something. It's time for you to, like, do it. You know, we have here the Tower. You know, you got this kind of energy around you. Just like, are you paying attention to your needs? Again, Pisces, overall, you got to pay attention to what's going on. Stop ignoring the red flags. Additionally, though, it shows here, you know, there's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of people that are getting in the way of confusing you, making you think different. Just because people tell you, you know, if one person tells you, hey, I think this is wrong, you know, whether in regard to your relationship, okay, you can ignore that person. But if 10 people are telling you the same thing, and then you feel like you're constantly in a competition for this person's love or this person's affection, why are you in this relationship? What is the purpose? What is it giving to you? Are you feeding, is it feeding your needs, or is it you're feeding theirs and you are kind of just stuck because you're comfortable and afraid to move on? You need to really focus on what you're doing next and how you're going to go about things, Pisces. You know, this month is all about really building that confidence and really settling in and, you know, paying attention to what you have to say. This is your throat chakra. Speak up, speak your truth, and really listen to what your needs are, because you're not paying attention to those. Because looking at these cards here, it's just a matter of time of what direction you're going to go. Now, on the other hand here, we are greeted by the Three of Wands. Oops! And the Three of Wands, you know, it shows that there is a direction. There's somebody heading some way. You know, this can speak in volumes of taking a trip. Can speak in regard to going in a different direction that is going to necessarily, you might not have all the answers, but it's going to lead you somewhere. And you are showing that you are taking the steps needed to get there. But what is being done? Make sure that, you know, you aren't just taking a leap and just doing things unwillingly and just doing it just because people are telling you to do it. Making sure that, you know, you are going to benefit from this change and the success. And, you know, you guys have such great opportunities coming forth to you. This is going to be a good, beneficial time for you. You know, making sure that this Four of Cups, you are not so upset and unpleased by it. It's like, yeah, you don't have being offered to you right now, and February might not be the month that you are going to see the most results, because you have to tend to your own needs and you have to answer to what's going on with you. You have to make sure that you're not ignoring what's happening in your current environment. And if this is not specifically, if this doesn't relate to you, then you need to also make sure that you are not ignoring your own needs and your own, and that your needs are met, and you're not passing up opportunities just because it doesn't fit this kind of idea of what you ideally dreamed about. You know, this is your emotional fulfillment. Why do you feel a void? Why aren't you entirely happy? These are questions you have to ask yourself. This is a reflection month. This is a time to reflect, to assess, reevaluate what the hell is going on just with you internally. You know, those of you who are driven, this is great. Those of you that have a drive, that have an ambition, and that are headed somewhere, make sure you have an idea of it, of where the outcome is going to lead. It doesn't have to be set in stone, but just have an idea of where you're headed, what you're doing, and what you're doing, and who you're doing it with. So, you know, with that being said, I hope you Pisces have a great February. I hope you guys ultimately, you know, let's see, just ideally, you know, what is next for you. Just ultimately paying attention to what is being told. You know, here, the Nine of Pentacles, again, In order to have that, you have to be grounded. You have to be very content and happy with your home life and your stability. So seek that grounding, seek stability, seek, you know, adaptability, but it's like you're adaptable, but be very conscious of where you are adapting yourself and what situations you're being content and complacent with. So Pisces, this is a month for you to reflect. Please listen to this advice, and if you enjoyed this reading today, please make sure to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys back in March, and if you would like to stay tuned with more of my live active posts, please follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and there you'll find more recent updates about daily readings and Tarotscopes and whatnot. So I hope you have a great, happy February, happy Chinese New Year, and that is all.